All right, y'all. We're early, but this is about to go sideways. Whoa, wee. Shit. Woo. Into the reserves. Shit, I ain't going. I'm not going to no damn reserves. They kiss my ass. I tell you what, folks. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. So I'm going to do a little intro, let people roll in since I'm early. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Woo, Jesus criminy. We got a lot of shit to talk about tonight. Oh my goodness. Not just this dude up here on the gosh dang screen. Ooh, Lord help us. Lord help us. It is absolutely unbelievable the shit that's coming in. I just got an email right, like literally within a few minutes ago. So I'm going to show that too. People are fired up. This is about to go sideways. I'll be right back. Let's let people roll in a minute. All right, we gave them 1 minute to come in. I think that's enough because we got so much stuff to talk about. So I have a video prepared, but I want to talk about. Whew, Jesus criminy! I'm on news overload today. I'm on news overload, so I know some of you are headed to the border. I want you to be very, very cautious and careful. I'm going to say that because it's going to go sideways. And I'm going to show you why. Let's pull up this first video. And yeah, I see I'm about 20 minutes early. But you know what? They can go back, they can watch it, um, and see, what they missed. But we're probably going to be going for about 2 hours tonight. That's how much stuff I have to present. So let's start with this first one. This is the one that just came out within a oh gosh, I just got it literally within a couple minutes ago. And so here's what's happening. And I'll tell you what, the good old boys from all across the country are pissed. They're saying there's going to be 700,000 truckers. If there is 700,000 truckers that show up to this will be an unbelievable movement of the people. I didn't even know we have 700,000 truckers. And you all know that I was out there for a long time. Thank you, SBLL. This is going to be a long one tonight. So grab your coffee, grab your moonshine, grab whatever you got to, because this is really something. Um, I'm going to go into Abbott. I have some things I'd like to talk to you about Abbott. He's like a chameleon, and we're going to talk about why. I think that this could possibly be the great setup. We have over 25 states right now involved, right? 25 states. We have number 45 who's calling for more and law enforcement and National Guard to go down there. We have 10 states that have already responded to that call. And yes, Rick, you're exactly right. And I'm going to show you proof of that tonight, that he is affiliated with the WEF. He is affiliated with the WEF. That's why they call him a chameleon. And gosh, okay, let's watch this first one, and I'll come back on. Well, actually, I'm going to stay right up here. Let's watch this. Watch this. Oh lordy, the good old boys are out. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then Wow, short, brief, and to the point. That's a lot of good old boys walking up that bridge, flying the American flag, and These are young guys that are going out there. This isn't some, yep, I think you're right, Barb. I think this is a big setup. But it is an amazing movement of the people, Heather. You're right. I have mixed feelings about this, and I'm going to show you why. So that just came in literally just a few minutes ago, and I was like, "Whoa, shit!" Now we also have this situation. I'm gonna have to pull up a bunch of stuff here. Okay, let's go ahead and get it out there about Mr. Abbott. Okay, Mr. Abbott. So listen to this video that I pulled up from 2016. Very, very freaking interesting. Very interesting. We're also going to be talking about all these boats since September that have been coming up on the shores, all the way from OB and Pacific Beach, all the way up to Torrey Pines and La Jolla in San Diego. And there was another one that just happened. So we're going to be talking about that too. We have a lot of things to talk about tonight. So let's see. Here we go. This is unbelievable. The crap that you can dig up when you look around. When you really look around. Now, okay, oh, do you not want to show it? Okay, we want to see it. We do want to see it. Come on now. Stop it. There we go. So this came out in 2016. Let's listen to Mr. Abbott here. Go ahead, Mr. Abbott. You can play. We're listening. We're listening. We'll even listen to your freaking ads. We don't care. Let's listen to this.
Hi, we're the Social Media Growth. We are a #1 global social media marketing panel, helping businesses and individuals.
Thank you, Sean. Governor Greg Abbott is fresh off a trip to Israel, then the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. I had a chance to sit down with him at the governor's mansion in Austin to talk about how his trip went and the upcoming presidential election.
We need to recognize something, and that is oil is a third of the price of where it was just a year ago. And so now, as much as ever, it's essential that we diversify our economy. And so I'm talking to financial-based companies. I'm talking to technology-based companies, to innovative type companies that get us away from the oil and gas industry, that will allow us to grow jobs in sectors other than oil and gas, that will ensure that Texas remains prosperous for years to come.
Governor Abbott helped secure more job options as well with an Israeli company already partially based here in.
Did y'all see his hand movement? Did y'all see his hand movement? Do y'all know what that sign means? If you look into these videos, that little hand signal he did is a hand signal that many people should know. We've talked about it. I talked about the Freemasons. I talked about the symbolisms, and he just did it right there in the video. If you want me to back it up, go ahead and say it. I'll back it up. That was a symbolism to recognize the people that are watching him. Also, not only that, he has boy, he has a long history. I'll back it up. I'll back it up. Not a problem. Let's back it up a little bit here. It's right here. Watch his hands.
Governor Abbott helped secure more jobs.
There you go. There you go. There's that hand movement. What would that happen to me? Oh, well, folks, it's all in front of our faces. I believe, Barb, what you said is right, that this is a great setup. So Army vet, I know Tennessee Patriot and some other guys are going. They invited me to go. Guys, I'm going to go out. I'm going to fly the flag over and over past somewhere. I say definitely be safe. This is a setup. Not only is it a setup, we have this character here, and I'm going to bring up the video that I made so that you can see that as well. We'll go into the video. Yes, there's some serious crapola going on right here. So the letter did go out. The letter went out, and the letter basically is going into from the governor, right? And it was declared in writing that the federal government has broken the compact. They go into this big letter. All these people have signed it. All these governors have signed it. There's like 20, 25 of them that have signed the letter. We also have number 45 that's calling more and more military to come down to the border. So, military, as in National Guard. Then we have the issue that the thing that really concerns me with this whole situation is right that the White House is demanding that the agents step back and let them come in. What happens if the National Guard is militarized? It's only happened three times that I could find. Right, one of them was during Katrina. One of them was way back in the 1950s when, and you all probably remember this. This is when the race riots were going on. The people were not allowed to go into the schools, and they had, I think it was in Arkansas or Alabama, one of the two states. I'll have to look at it to give you exact, but it was Arkansas or Alabama, right? And so they had to send down and militarize the National Guard to make sure that the black folks could go into the schools. Do y'all remember this? So this is a really slippery slope. What happens if they are militarized? That's the big question. Um, will this stop? Could this stop the elections? Could it stop the elections? If they call ML, could it stop the elections? There's so many questions that I have that I'm doing research on right now because, we have to look deeper other than what mass media is telling us. Um, I think that we are on the verge of a really huge mess. It's going to be a disaster, however you want to look at it. Biden is actually demanding now that the federal agents be granted access to that park within 24 hours. Now, here he is again in 2020. That video was from 2016. This is from 2020. He was once again at the World Economic Forum. But yet there's a video out, right? There is a video out where they ask him specifically, do you know about Klaus Schwab? Do you know about the World Economic Forum? And he said, his statement was, who is that? What is that? But yet in 2016 and 2020, here it is, I'm proving it in black and white that he does know what the WEF is. And I don't think there's many of us that doesn't know what the WEF is. So he's like a chameleon. And when he first took office, he was very much so, when he was the attorney general, he was very much so for the rights of immigrants. He fought actually for undocumented workers. Now, all of a sudden, he's changed his pose, right? So I think that there's something real big going to happen here. And, we have to realize, yeah, yeah. Well, I think he already is, Barb. I mean, honestly. And here he is again, shaking hands with the guy at the WEF in Davos. Um, we are already there, Dragonflies. I truly believe we are, folks. Dumb and Dumber, isn't that about the truth? Right? He actually led the economic development mission between Israel and Switzerland. And then said, this is all the documentation so that YouTube can see it as well as you folks. But it's very interesting what's happening. The other thing is with all of these states going down there, and we actually have the split. I mean, if you think about it, we actually have the split right here, right? If you think about it, it's Republican and Democrat states, and they're splitting. So could this be? And there's the 25 states that are involved right now. And look at the split. It's Republican and Democrat. So is this going to be the actual breaking point, right? Um, could it be the breaking point? How many of you think that this is set up for something way, way bigger? I personally do. I really, really do. Yeah, yeah, that's very true. And there's another state that was actually talking about that as well, Kentucky. There was another state talking about it. Here's all the states that are involved in it right now. All the signatures are on there from Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida. Idaho, Indiana. You can see them all there for yourselves. But I wanted to put it in black and white, even Nebraska. So I think it is. I think it possibly is, Mimi. I truly do. I agree with you 100% on that. When we're looking at these things and we step back a little bit, it's like it's a trap. And that's why any of our MAG members, I believe in the convoy. I believed in the trucker convoy and we've seen the consequences of that, but I believe in the convoy. The other thing that's very, very concerning right now is all the way from Ocean Beach to PB. Okay, so it's like it's Ocean Beach, then Pacific Beach, then it goes up into La Jolla and Torrey Pines. This is all the San Diego coast, Sunset Cliffs. All these boats are being abandoned out off of the shore. Some of them are hitting shore. Some of them, they caught one in La Jolla. It actually like went into the shore. All the people jumped off and ran. There was actually vehicles waiting there to pick up these illegals. So my question is this: is this also part of the invasion? That started in September. The big one came out a few days ago. Some guy caught it on camera in La Jolla, a webcam caught it, whatever. But also, here's the other one in La Jolla Shores that washed ashore empty, right? Setting on the shore. They had border patrol come out. It was at Scripps, and Scripps it's if you know anything about San Diego, as it goes up the coast, it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. Just past Black's Beach, SBLL. You know a little bit about Black's Beach. It's the naked beach, y'all. That's why I made a joke. But you go up past Black's Beach, and you have the other one setting up on top. So you have Torrey Pines and La Jolla, which is a very upscale, and Del Mar, which is a very upscale, nice area. I used to love to go there to watch the sea lions. They would come right up on the rocks and you could see them. So they actually found this boat, washed right up on shore. Some lifeguards seen it. They ran out there and no people. They also had one in PB, in Pacific Beach. For you that don't know San Diego well, it's Pacific Beach. So it's Ocean Beach and Pacific Beach. And then La Jolla and Del Mar is further north. I should have pulled up a map so you could all see it. So the thing is we have all these boats showing up and the people are disappearing. So do we also have some military, maybe like our SEALs coming in on the coast, abandoning these boats, coming on in and getting set up? We have this scary guy that everybody is talking about on YouTube and all over the internet because of the way he basically threatened America. So we have to realize this isn't new, though. That's the problem. This isn't new. This stuff has been going on. And my thing is why all of a sudden is Abbott and everybody getting in an uproar when we all know, we've all been talking about this for months, that this shit's been going on. So why all of a sudden, right? Yeah, and the facts about him are true. But then we have number 45 also urging states to deploy the National Guard to the Texas border. So we got to put the pieces of the puzzle together. This is not looking good at all for the American people. That's the breakdown. It's not looking good for the American people. And he took to Twitter. He took to True Social. He took to some different ones. And he's encouraging states to deploy their guards down there. So when we put all these things stacked together, and then everybody now is rushing to the border. I believe in the convoy. Don't get me wrong. Okay? Don't get me wrong. I believe in the convoy. But because the convoy is being led by the same guys that went to Washington, to D.C. when the trucker convoy happened. But we also know that when the trucker convoy happened, the same thing happened. There was barricades. They were unable to get into D.C., so all they did is drove around and around. On the way there, they were really fired up until they got there, and the feds were there and stopped it. So is this going to be the same thing? Is it going to be the same situation, or is it going to turn my birthday, January 6th? Is it going to turn into something like that? There's so many questions right now. I think that this is escalating very quickly. I mean, we're not even into February, folks. We're not even into February. So this is going to really be something. the situation with this scary guy that's looking out behind the thing there, I have a bunch of information about him. It is true. It is true that he just got out of doing a 12-year stint on January the 19th. So January the 19th, he gets out of prison after 12 years of terrorism, uh, trying to take over the government, all these things, right? I mean, the list is long. Yeah, Army vet, you do what you do, but you keep your head on a swivel and try to keep yourself up out of the nonsense. But what I want to say about this guy, right, is it's very interesting the information that's came out about him. How do you get out of prison on the 19th and arrive at the border? What was it, 2 days ago? That's a quick damn trip. Who paid for your trip? Just saying, who paid for your trip? And as cocky as he was, how did somebody not stop him? And then also, how many of you seen the actual video? Hit a one. Hit a one if you've seen the video. The thing that was interesting during that video is the lady that was with him looked down. Submissive, look down, be quiet, don't say nothing, because if you do, you're probably going to get smacked, right? He was very, very cocky. Not only was he very cocky, it was like he was proving a point that I'm going to put it right in your damn face. I'm here to do something. And this is how it is. He didn't give a shit who he was talking to. He didn't care that they were recording. And when you think about it, was it the 18th? So, no, he got out on the 19th. He got out on the 19th, okay, maybe it was the 18th. I'm not going to argue about one day, but the 18th or 19th. Yes, and definitely she did not have any head garment on, right? But the thing is if he was that cocky, okay, one, I believe it's an FF event being set up. I really do. I believe that it is an FF event. If we put all the pieces together, how can it not be? The invasion at the border, y'all, we've been watching it on OTWP Report. We've been talking about it over here. And all of a sudden now, in 2024, they're going to escalate it to this guy coming over, being on camera, the election coming up, Abbott now all of a sudden changing his stance on what he feels about the immigration coming in. This last year he was doing stuff, but all these years, I don't know if y'all have ever lived or been in Texas. I haven't lived there for almost 20 years. And when I lived down there in Dallas, there was huts set up where you could just pick up an illegal to work for the day. So if you think about that, I mean, come on. That border has been a problem for a long time. In the 1980s, when I lived in San Diego, there was a problem then. The border has escalated to a extreme problem. Extreme. Okay, so too. I don't think there is a border. I honestly don't. But the other thing that I want to bring up, let me pull this other one up here. I mean, it's unbelievable, the things that are going on. And all of a sudden, this is what I'm thinking, that there is a coming Black Op flag event created by our own intel agencies via the invasion at our southern border. And that this has been allowed by the current administration, and the invasion at our southern border is bringing pure evil monsters to drive the final nail in America's coffin. And it is really something when you think about the things that are happening. It is definitely, we cannot sit here and say that we didn't see this coming, because we definitely seen it coming, right? I mean, I know that all of you have seen this coming. I'm trying to pull up this other one here. Um, we also, let's just pull this one up and take a look at this. This is what's happening right now at the border, and this is live. It's our map that shows us exactly what's going on, and you can see there. This is a new map. This is all to do with immigration. And the interesting thing is about the live map is that the governor of Montana, there's only one word he said to describe what is happening. It's an invasion. Montana is proud to support uh, him, Abbott, and Texas with what's happening. If we back it up, they're not showing. Okay, they're not showing the dang other map that I had pulled up. Why not? Tell me if y'all. Let me see if y'all are still with me there. Okay, you are. Hold on a minute. Oh, a bunch of stuff has been being blacked out, and that's interesting to me too. Okay, let me pull up this other one. Hold on a minute, y'all. Oh, now they're giving me a hard time. Jesus criminy. Let me pull up this other one. Now the whole chat just disappeared. Are y'all there? Oh lordy. Okay, hold on one sec. I have like so much stuff open. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look at this. This is what's happening right now, and this is an actual border map. Shows all the incidents, shows everything that's happening, right? Um, Live as it's happening. Illegal immigration policy, activity, undocumented, raging floodwaters, Douglas, Arizona, Border Patrol. And if you can notice there, also, there's like a huge look at the map there. Oops, I don't want to do that. You can see there by the map all the things that are happening. Crazy, just absolutely insane the things that are happening on the map here. And you can see it's all down here by Chihuahua. And then if you go over here by Tucson, look at all the incidents that are happening there. I mean, it is the border is just inundated, absolutely inundated with one crisis after the other. Um, yes, it is an imaginary border. I agree with you on that one. But let's take a look here. You got the situations in Austin, Houston. Let's pull this up and let me see if I can blow it up so y'all can see it pretty good here. There you go. Now you can see it. So, I mean, if kidnapping, human trafficking, how many of you think that there's a lot of human trafficking situations going on? That maybe this is a great moneymaker, that border, between the fentanyl and then also between the human trafficking that's happening. So there is so many situations happening all at once. The other thing that I want to talk about is the debate is whether Joe Biden should seize control of the Texas National Guard in order to force it to comply with the recent Supreme Court ruling. It is really raging right now between the Democrats and the Republicans. The Texas Representative Joaquin Castro and former Congressman and the 2020 presidential hopeful Beto O'Rourke, both Democrats, are among those who are urging Biden to federalize the state's National Guard to allow Border Patrol agents to remove the razor wire put up along the U.S. Mexico border by Texas law enforcement to prevent illegal immigration. Now, the thing is it was a 5-4 ruling on January the 26th. 22nd. The Supreme Court did side with the Biden administration, which was that the wire erected in Eagle Pass was put up illegally and prevented Border Patrol from trying to detain people who were attempting to cross the border via the Rio Grande. I think that the big stink came up because the mother and the little girl drowned. Do you think it's the first time somebody's drowned coming across there? No. We also have the situation with the Mexican drug cartels. They're actually talking about one situation is that they are putting uh, anklets on them, and that we watched that video. So they're saying that the cartel did those anklets to keep track of their merchandise. So, yeah, this is getting very wrapped up. But is it the time that it's going to be very explosive for the United States? We've already had so many things happening. I think that the boats off the West Coast are very interesting. And yeah, so true. They are. They're definitely all in bed together. It doesn't matter if it's the Republicans or the Democrats. And I think what's happening is they're waiting, just like, okay, Germany has been having serious, serious situations on the roads, on the streets, the people uprising. France has. So many countries have. But now, I heard they didn't drown. It was C-19 they died from. I don't know. From the latest reports that I've read, Truthful Troll, it says drowning. But, half of the stuff that we see in mass media, we know is some bullshit, right? And Miss Needles reporting in, she said it's still going in Germany. We have people taking to the streets from all around the world, but it really has not occurred except for the January 6th, my birthday situation. And we see how that turned out, which was not good in any way, shape, or form. But with this 5-4 ruling, right, despite the ruling that Texas Governor Greg Abbott argued that Biden is failing his duties as president by not controlling the record levels of illegals crossing at the southern border during this time in office. Abbott has also declared that Texas is currently under an invasion and invoked the state's constitutional right to defend and protect itself, which I agree with him, but I think it should have been done about a year ago for sure, probably about 2.5 years ago, because Abbott is allowing the Texas National Guard to continue to install the razor wire along the border, even though the Supreme Court ruling came in. A big stink has been happening over Shelby Park, which we've all watched, and that's a riverfront park in Eagle Pass. And they were using it to enter the U.S. illegally in order to remove the wires. But, they've reached out. Newsweek actually reached out to the White House and Abbott via email for comment. And they have not gotten comments back yet. The interesting thing is can Joe Biden take over the Texas National Guard? He is within his power to federalize the Texas National Guard in accordance with Title 10 of the U.S. Code, which would mean the state troops would be under the direct orders of the president. Now, I was talking about the two different incidents. In 1957, Dwight D. Eisenhower placed the Arkansas National Guard under federal authority and ordered them to protect the black students that were going into the schools at Central High School in Little Rock. Then the move arrived after the state's governor, Orville Faubus. He called the troops to prevent the black students' entry into the all-white schools. The other time was way back in 1957. So, we have a big situation, but Abbott is using the Texas Guard to defy the Supreme Court ruling. And Governor Faubus did this in 1957. And the thing is when that happened, Biden's going to have to follow this example of bold, decisive leadership to end the crisis before it gets worse. Will he do that? I highly doubt it. I mean, how many of you think that Biden can do that? I don't think so. I don't think Biden can do a whole lot of anything because he can't make a decision to do shit, and that's just the truth. I was trying to pull up this other article. The question has been raised if Biden can federalize the Texas National Guard in these current circumstances, what would happen and what would be the legal justification to do so. Title 10 can only supersede Title 32 in a national emergency. So in this case, Biden would have to activate the Texas National Guard to guard the border. Otherwise, it is an unlawful order. And this is what retired Air Force General Robert Spalding posted today on X. So that's very interesting too. The other thing is if he does take over the Texas National Guard, a move to federalize the Guard would mean the Border Patrol would quickly move in, remove the razor wire, which has been the focus of the argument in the Lone Star State since the beginning. So this is going to get very, very interesting. Do I think that he can that he will do it? Do I think that he has the capability to do it? Honestly, folks, um, it depends who's in the mic that night in Biden's ear. That's how I feel about it. You know, he can't do anything. He can't do anything on his own. He has to have his handlers, including his wife, move him off stage now. It's getting to the point that the shit show, the SHTF, is really here. He would need his ice cream cone. He also might need his hard hat. They just had a picture of him. I had to die laughing. He had a hard hat on, trying to act like he had actually wore a hard hat in his life. And I was just like, this is a slap in the face to every construction worker and hard-working man and woman that's ever wore a hard hat and put themselves out there with sweat dripping off their freaking brow. Um, the thing is if this move if it does happen, right? Um, it would have huge, huge implications for Biden, as well as setting up further legal challenges and issues. If it was federalized under Title 10 for the sole purpose of pulling them off the Texas border and out of the chain of command, the commander in chief of the Texas military, after Governor Abbott invoked this, would be to defend the Texas border. So this is about to go completely freaking sideways. And also, they're saying Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton suggested that the Democrats calling for Biden to federalize the National Guard don't understand the law, and they must, and the president must first declare a national emergency. So here's my take on it. Are they provoking people to come down there so that something occurs so that they can say it's a national emergency? There is a lot of what ifs and a lot of scenarios that we could put into this because it's at the point that it is really, really something. We also have, I want to talk a little bit about the guy. The guy. Um, this is thick. This is just so thick. He needs to put it in a block with a blinking light. He needs to do something, right? Let me see if I can pull up the other article. Let me show you how serious this other situation is with these boats, and then I'm going to go on to the big guy. This guy right here. So this is one of the situations. Uh, migrant splits in half, crashes against Sunset Cliffs. And this just came out 16 hours ago. So let me pull that there you go, so y'all can see it. We don't really want to see her fat belly, but okay, y'all got to see that anyway. Whatever. Anyway, there it is. So 5 suspected illegal immigrants came ashore from a boat at Sunset Cliffs yesterday. They evaded a search by U.S. Border Patrol agents, and 5 of them were able to make it ashore, even though the boat was split in half. Check that out. You all see it? I mean, that is unbelievable. Sunset Cliffs, if you've been on the channel, I talked about Sunset Cliffs before. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, Leslie. Yeah, this is getting really wild, y'all. Oh, thank you, RR. Well, at least now we're looking at something else. Okay. But anyway, if you look at that, that's very, very interesting. And these have been happening for a while. San Diego lifeguards were actually called to the scene, and the boat was breaking apart against the cliff. It would happen at about 6 in the morning. Sunset Cliffs is absolutely beautiful. They got it on scene TV, and no one was found in the water. And the surveillance video showed people scrambling up the cliff and escaping the video news service. So that's coming in. I think I got that one from a San Diego newspaper. I got that from Times of San Diego, just so y'all know, Times of San Diego. A lot of interesting articles coming in from San Diego. But you got to realize too, I lived in Chula Vista. You could jump on the trolley and be in Mexico in about 5 to 10 minutes. So you got San Ysidro and Chula Vista down there along that border of San Diego. I think San Diego will be in big trouble when all the shit breaks out, honestly. With everything that I know about San Diego and the mass Latino population there, I think that San Diego will be in trouble. And there's a lot of good people in San Diego. There's a lot of military though too. But we've also had all these situations happen on the military bases where they're actually trying to. We had Chinese, going into the base in Alaska. And we've had that happen. We have all this land that's being purchased by the Chinese and other foreign entities. So there's a lot of interesting things that are happening. The thing is I think that the escalation, I think that this will probably blow up to be something major. And maybe just what I was talking about with Title 10 and with him federalizing the National Guard, this could be the point that he would have to call a national emergency. So if they can get enough people there and troubles get stirred up, maybe the guys in the khaki pants with the polo shirts and the matching hats will show up. Maybe one of these organizations will show up to get it all stirred up, and then they will call a national emergency. And then maybe that's when ML will happen and this Title 10 all in one. We're going to see this play out very quickly, especially with the convoy going down there, and especially with Biden's. He just came on again and he said they have less than 24 hours, or he's going to show them. And also we had him again. Once again, Biden was talking, right, folks, that if the American people were going to stand up against the federal government, they would need more than guns. We also have the attack right now on the Second Amendment. They are actually trying to shut down another ammo plant here in Missouri. And I think the thing that's happening is that they're chipping away at everything so quickly, because I don't think it's going to be the 2030. I think it's going to happen very quickly. And we're seeing it happen now. We're seeing it truthfully happen now. Um, yes. Yeah, I agree, Rick. I agree. Red Dog, it doesn't to me because it is the same guys. It's two of the same guys that were involved and headed the trucking convoy. And you all remember, I went to the trucking convoy. I went to part of it up in Cuba, Missouri, and I was there for hours. It was peaceful and some very powerful speakers, and only one time did I see a little bit of trouble getting stirred up, and I just went on to the other side of away from it. But overall, it was a very um, patriotic movement. And Red Dog, when they arrived in DC, if you recall this, when I had been really talking about it on Off the Wall Prepper, when they arrived at DC, there was barricades. They could not do what they had planned. And I hope that this doesn't go sideways, but I feel that there's too much brewing, and this guy behind me is definitely here for major harm against the United States. You know, he's definitely here for harm, and that's for sure. Um, will it happen? That's the thing that we have to think about. Hold on a minute, I got some issues here. The thing is will Article 4 stand up? Will 10 be called? Will there be some type of thing that will occur to put a wrench in this whole thing? Will all shit break out? Will this be the tipping point to push us into civil war? There's so many questions that I'm sure we're all asking right now. A lot of people are trying to figure out if this is true or if he is bluffing. And plenty of people that have viewed the video about this guy up on the screen beside me have come to the same conclusion that his manner in which his illegal immigrant comes across and stands apart shows the attitude of the so-called press of professional journalists. Nobody really reported on it, and nobody has really been talking about it. And we have to give Western journals some credit because they did print an offhanded comment that he might get hit with another attack like September 11th, but failed to do the proper research into what this encounter posted on X really means. The Giller Report also has a better understanding about this guy next to me. The guy next to me was from the Shia Muslim terrorist group, and what he meant is they did not really do justice to the seriousness of it. As they brought out this illegal immigrant and talked about it, here's this Arizona Muslim migrant who said, soon you're going to know who I am. An infamous terrorist, head of the Islamic Party of Al-Zarajan, and then give proof that he's most likely just that, an evil mass murderer who accused that reporter of not being as smart as he was and saying, soon you'll know who I am. It did very, very interesting. I'm going to pull up this report from the Giller Report, and you're welcome. I'm going to show the resources tonight because I think that it's very important that we're all on point about what's happening here. And think about this. He's just the first one. He is the first one, right? He's the first one that spoke up and talked this bullshit. So that's another thing that we have to think about. So you go to the Giller Report, and there's a big article about him and about what he stood for, what he stands for, and who he is. And you can definitely see there by the picture. Is it on there, or did I not pull it up for y'all folks? I thought I pulled it up. Sorry. You can see there that is the same guy, and it's called the Giller Report. Okay, if any of you want to go and do some research on your own, it's the Giller Report. But you can definitely see that is the same guy. Tell me, hit a one on the chat if you believe that's the same man. Look closely. That's the same guy. Hit a one if y'all think that's the same man right there. Yeah, and he's just the first one that stood up and said, "I'm here, and y'all are gonna know who I am." I mean, this is definitely the same guy. And some people have talked about it on YouTube. Nobody has really talked about it, as far as I know, in depth about who he is, and that's what I wanted to bring up tonight and show this report about him. So we all know what he said. How many of you have you all seen the video? Because I can play the video. Have you all seen it? I'll play the video just so you can listen to this guy.
By the way, if you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys. Wow.
Soon.
The entitlement, and he said, "I'm not entitled. I'm not one of them." Okay, so it was taken at No More Death Camp, about 12 miles east from Shashba, Arizona. This guy, Mazvan Sabadov, has been jailed for 12 years. Now, read what he did. Convicted of trying to overthrow the government, he was charged with plotting a terrorist attack, illegal weapon possession, and attempting to seize power illegally. So now we have the guy. You can see him right there. That is the same damn man. That is the same guy. You can look at all the pictures. This is him on the border, the bottom right. The other three pictures are taken from different times throughout his life. So, oh, yeah. Oh, most definitely, Elaine. He hates America with a passion. And you can see there, though, that's the same guy. That is the same man. And, that's why I wanted to pull up these reports so that people could actually see it and realize that this is not a hoax. So if he's come up, How many more? Oh my God, there's probably thousands, right, inside the United States already. Very interesting report. It goes into, he says, apparently we're smarter than he thinks, but not smart enough to keep him out of our country. So, Jesus criminy. And here he is again, with his actual record, right? Male, it shows he is a perpetrator. He's a Muslim, Shia. Reports of torture, no. Reports of medical neglect, no. Sentenced 12 years imprisonment. Date of detainment, January 7th, 2011. Date of sentencing, October 7th. And date of release, January 19th. And, this should concern all of us. This should really concern all of us. Is it him? Everybody's asking, is it him? I think, he's released on the 19th, and then in the United States, within days. And if you notice the lady to the left of him too, she doesn't have no head garment on or nothing, but she also she moves her head downward as he's talking. Um, I think this is really serious, folks. Really, really serious. And I'm just going to show the pictures so that you all can see it. Definitely the same guy. The Definitely the same guy, and he hates America. He hates Americans, and he's within our borders, along with who knows what, right? Who knows what else is in our borders, which I think is a lot. Probably release. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. And yeah, it's him. Y'all are saying the same thing. We have a big, huge problem here in the United States, and it didn't just start. I think that's the one thing that we all need to realize. The border issue has been a big, huge problem for many, many years. Um, what will happen next? We're going to all be living through it and find out where this is going to go. I think that the United States is in big trouble. I think we're in very big trouble. No. Oh no. And maybe, this is just a thought, Kentucky. He's no joke. Um, but maybe he is here them, to lead them. I mean, how many of us have been talking about it for years that there's sleepers here in the United States? Could you give me a refill, please? What is this? Where was it at? Hold on one second, folks. If you have any questions, I've been really deep down the rabbit hole, so go ahead and shoot them out. And if you have questions, put them in all capitals, please. Yeah, they probably do. They probably do. Um, why? Yeah, that's very interesting, Rick. I'm going to go back up here to Rick's question. Um, the list, Rick, from the FBI is huge, huge. But this is the thing, they're coming in. They're coming in. The list is so huge of how many are on the terrorist watch list right now that it's unbelievable. The other thing is that these ones that are seeking asylum, with what's happening right now and the influx of these illegals, it has escalated so much in the last year. In the last year, the spike on the graphs is almost straight up and down. I mean, literally, there's like a little bend to it. And if you watch some of these situations, it's off the chart. Um, Definitely, Tracy. Definitely. Yeah. So, because why aren't any of them being deported? We don't have, this is the thing. I was looking into the border reports, as I always do, right? I stay up on the border reports and I try to bring it to the channel. The thing is there's so many illegals coming across the border that at certain times there is not one border patrol agent along the gates or the fences. That there is so much paperwork that they are not vetting people. The other thing is there is no vaccine records. They're bringing in all types of diseases. They can't keep up with what's occurring, but yet we're spending and throwing millions and millions of dollars. Yes, exactly. They're overwhelmed. I mean, I was watching the paperwork that these guys were doing, and it was thick. It was thick. And you know, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. This is a serious, terrible situation. And the America that we know is in big time trouble. And I believe 2024 is the year that we're going to see it up close and personal, which is not what I want to tell the channel. But I truthfully believe that this is going to be the year that we see it up close and personal. We all, yeah, who knows? He's probably so protected. I mean, if you noticed in the video, there was a man standing to the right of him, the woman that was with him, and there was another man behind him, right? Yeah, I noticed that too, Red Dog. I don't know. Right now, I think that what's going to end up happening is we're going to watch this border situation escalate. And as it escalates, it's going to become very dangerous. We also have reports coming in, and Dragonflies honestly called this almost a year and a half ago when I did a report on Walmart and I had talked to an insider, and she said all of a sudden, we have more inventory than anything. And this is a little off topic, but I want you all to be on point. She said, we are putting out all these different clothes and all these different foods that normally we wouldn't put out at this time of the year. And she said, and remember this, y'all might remember this video. I was talking about that the back rooms were so full that they couldn't even walk correctly, right? So now the situation with Walmarts, which is, right, a lot of people rely on Walmarts, is that they can't even restock, that there's nothing to restock. And Dragonflies called this over a year and a half ago. And she goes, I really believe that that's what's going to happen is that they won't be able to restock. We have the situation in the Red Sea that is escalating. We have our military that is being attacked around the world, not just in the Red Sea. It's happening around the world. And this is all going sideways very, very quickly. Um, and I think that yeah, and I agree with you, Red Dog. But a lot of people rely on getting food, clothes, shoes, socks, hygiene items, whatever, because it's cheaper. And I try to still support the small mom and pop shops, even if we're paying more. But I really believe that we are going to see a complete escalation and deterioration of our country that we never imagined, quicker than we thought it would happen. I didn't think that January would pop off the way it's popping off. I mean, honestly, this is like ridiculous, the stuff that's happening. And you can see there, let's pull this up real quick, just so you can see the updates as they go by. These are all from the last 2 days and yesterday too. But they're talking about Shelby Park, and you can see that there. So Shelby Park, they're still doing exactly what they want to do, and they're still putting on more razor wire. We also, and if you notice that, there's like 6 things of Shelby Park. Then in Austin, no time to remove razor wire at southern border. The CBP head says. Uh, in Immigration Customs Enforcement, Washington, D.C., United States, ICE conducts single adult family unit removal. I'm going to see if I think I can stop this. Let me see how I do it. But then if you look up here at the top, oops, it's not responding again. Nope, it just went haywire on me. Oh, I was on the wrong one. Nope, it's having a really hard time responding. I don't know why. Yeah. Yep, and well, and that's happening a lot. RCX at a lot of different companies. They're saying that there's no work, go home early, go ahead and take extra time off, take your vacation days, don't worry about it. So interesting. It doesn't make sense, does it? I think it's a great setup, is what I think. We prepare to bunker down, honestly. I mean, I think that if all shiznick breaks loose, which I think it will this year, I believe that we're going to have probably 5 to 10 days where the internets and comms go down, and that's going to freak people out. And see, by freaking people out and instilling that fear, that is the point where people will do absolutely ridiculous things. Truthful troll. I would say prep hard and prep to stay and bunker in a safe place. Also, remember that if your gut says to get out and go. Have that plan to go to another spot. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. The Watchman, that's about the truth, isn't it? Take over Panama, then save this nation. Yeah, I think it's screwed. I think it's really, really screwed, y'all. And we're here for a reason. So, you know, we are here for a reason, and I think it's going to happen very quickly because we're seeing January just escalate off the chart. If any of you are going down there, please be safe and be alert, be cautious. For the lurkers that are lurking, you're welcome to come in the chat and speak your mind. We don't try to hold back here at all. And as long as you're respectful of the chat and myself, we don't, you know, I don't want a bunch of censorship bullshit going on in this channel. You think it's like 3 miles? Yeah, it's very small. It is very small. I'm glad to see everybody. I wanted to bring this out because there's so many things to talk about. I think one of the big things too that's bothering me. I don't know if y'all remember this. There was a crisis where there was a lot of boats and men were coming off those boats, and that concerns me too because these guys are disappearing into the interior. Why are they not coming across the border? Hey, Adesachu, you lurker. um, and Barb, you might be right on that, but there was a situation where all these boats were coming up, and then we also during the Cuban Missile Crisis, we had some situations like the same thing, and then we had the immigrants coming from Cuba when they let them out of prison, and they were coming in by boat. My thoughts are this: is that that part of California is very open, and when they come in, when they will not come across, right? When they will not come across the border like everybody else, why? They could be the ones that are super dangerous, and that's just my thought. Or they could be bringing weaponry, bombs, or any who knows what in, and that's very concerning. Also, very concerning that there was a couple of them that were so staged that they actually had vehicles waiting for them, and vehicles with no license plates. Let's say that. Yeah, it's Chinese and Turkey in Hakamba, Hot Springs. Yeah. The other thing is that there's another 5,000 on a train that's headed our way. It's like the mass invasion, and it's gonna turn into definitely a disaster. It already is. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Very true. Exactly, Miss Needle. It's about to get dangerous for all of us. I want to, I didn't think I'd get done in an hour. Um, I want to say, that the OTWP mag, that y'all mean a lot to me. And that honestly, I believe that a truthful troll, I've been saying that for over 2 years. The Trojan horse is already here. It's already within our own borders. And I think now they're sending in the leaders. Think about what I just said. This guy up here on the screen, is he one of the leaders? Is he one of the leaders? and he's identified himself that you'll know me soon. You know, that's something to really think about. Um, yeah, I would rather be prepared than scared. And I think that this guy is so cocky that that's why he was like, "Look at me. I'm right here standing in front of you, you stupid assholes. I'm right here and I'm about to show you who I am." And he basically was saying, "Look at me. I'm right here." And so, when we think about how he acted in that short video, um, it's very interesting that he was so arrogant and so into himself that he didn't care what anybody said because he knew he was coming across the border. Hi, Q. Yes, yes, they did. They did gardening Q, gardening warrior Q. It's Q kitchen Q. You're Q. You're Q. You'll always be Q to me. Um, Yes, they did, and many of them that are coming across the border look military. They have military stance, military haircut, military gear. The way they were standing at parade rest, uniform pants, uniform shirts. I mean, there's too many things that are leading us toward military. I definitely agree. Well, and maybe he's a decoy to put it in our face that the Trojan horse is already here, and I'm going to tell you all about it because I'm another one. And y'all are so stupid you don't even realize it. Yeah, it's happening across. It's happening everywhere. I think also, honestly, still up off the West Coast, and I'm going to pull it up real quick. Let's see what's going on. We haven't checked in on it because I've been slacking on this, but um, there's so many tankers and so many cargo ships that are also in harm's way. There's some big situations going on with that, y'all, and I think that that is another thing that we're going to see that they will come not only from the air, but they're going to come from many different avenues, and that should be another big concern. Oops, it's the wrong one. Let's see. Let's see here. And this one kind of shows the like I've done in the past. It shows the shoot. I can't get the right one up. Isn't that something? Oh, hold on. Maybe it's my fault. There we go. That's my fault. I want to pull it up here a minute and let's see. Oh, I can't stand this one. Nope, I can't get it to pull up for some reason tonight. Sorry, folks. I'll have to do it over on the other side on OTWP report. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think they're going to come from the air, land, and sea. And we also have Putin raising his head. Putin is doing a test with his military, and that test is basically how to respond in a nuclear situation. We have Iran raising their ugly head, North Korea, we have China and Taiwan. I mean, it can't get any more explosive than what it is before it tips over into that point. Mm, very interesting. Do we have one of those in the chat, Army vet? Mods, be alert. I honestly, I didn't see anybody laughing like that. Or maybe I missed something because I was looking up some stuff. Yeah, well, I think that. Oh, okay. I see where you're going with that. He's been here for a long time. I don't know if that's the truth or not. Um, I don't know, folks. This is a very dangerous time. I want to say to each and every one of you, keep your head on a swivel, be safe out there, and most of all, know that there's no change in this. It's coming, and it's coming full steam ahead. Army vet, man, thank you very much. Red Dog, thanks for being here. Watchman, Truthful Troll, surviving behind liberal lines. That's an interesting concept, but I'm not sure if I would agree with that. Truthful Troll. Barb, thanks for being here. Y'all be safe. I will see you. Yeah, very much. Very much so. I'm getting ready to do a nuclear special Red Dog on OTWP report. Maybe at the same time we could talk about ML. ML is, I don't know, I need to know a few more things that I've been looking at and have them confirmed, right? Before I try to really look in depth about things, and I'd like to research stuff and not just come off the top of my head. That's one thing I do not do. I really put a lot of time and effort into my programs because I don't want to go with mass media. I am still very excited about the convoy, and I know a lot of you are probably like, "But OTWP, you're saying all these things." I think that the thing is, folks, is that it's like being up against a brick wall. We have two choices, and the thing is, thank you, Alan. The thing is, folks, is we have two choices: is to watch it burn or to be involved and to try to do something and stand up. And I think that it's going to take each one of us to stand up. And if you're not ready to stand up now, soon you will have to be. Soon it will be at your door, be it if it's starvation, dehydration, not enough medicine or medical. Um, I think that it's coming, and there's nothing that we can do to stop it. The best thing we can do is to be able to be prepared and react in a good way, in a positive way. Um, it wow, wow, Leslie. And when you have things like that happen, I've shared a couple dreams with you all here on the channel, and one of them that I still can't get out of my head is that lady in camo walking through our forest carrying a big ass gun, and she would not look to the left or the right like she was in a trance. And maybe that is to me. I've been trying to evaluate that dream and look at it from a different perspective, and I really think that that's maybe where the American people are. A lot of American people are in a trance of, okay, I got to have Facebook, I got to have social media, I got to have this, I got to have that, and they have gotten put in the trance, and that's where I kind of took it at. I think that yeah, I agree with Dragonflies. I think what you had, Leslie, was a vision of something that's to come, and that's, you got to pray over it. But I think God's people are on the move, and I think that God is allowing us to see things and give us messages that are very important, and I appreciate that you shared that with the channel. you know it's very important to pray it up and to surrender it up, and also to realize that God's people, the army, is on the rise. They're on the rise. Wow. Wow, Leslie. Yeah, yeah, you're seeing, God's putting this on your heart. I've been on for about an hour and a half. And I want you to be safe, man. I want you to be safe. If anything, Army vet, go to some of the outskirt places where you can be there to listen to the patriotic movement. And if you decide to go in, you know, be alert, because it could lead to something more catastrophic than we even imagine. And especially with the tug of war that's going on in this country right now, and the division, I think that, you know it's very it's very, it's on the edge of falling over. It's on the edge of falling over. And I hope that each and every one of you enjoyed tonight's live. I got to get rid of this guy. I can't stand looking at his ass no more. I was thinking that about 25 minutes ago that he needed to go. He really has gotten on my nerves because he looks pure evil. And I'm sure you all feel the same way. Yeah. Yep. Very true. Oh, there's another lurker. Bougie's lurking. How many of you, come on, lurkers, come on in and say hello. Let's see the lurkers. Lurker alert, lurker alert. uh, y'all, we have a lot of things happening. The most important thing you can do is prep water. I'm going to tell you from my heart, prep water. A lot of people go, well, maybe I don't need that much water. OTWP, you're probably over exaggerating. I'm telling you the truth. Um, Water's life, and without it, you can really have yourself in a whirl of bullshit. So, you got to keep on keeping on, but you also got to definitely have water. Um, you can deal without a lot of shit, literally, but without water, you're in trouble. I'm going to take it on out of here, y'all. I love you. God bless each and every one of you. And I feel like we're riding the storm out, so we're going to go ahead and ride this storm out right on out of here. We'll hang out for a couple songs if y'all want to hang out, and I'll come back on after this. Thank you for being here, everyone.
Distance runner, what you standing there for? Get up, get out, get your feet out the door. You're playing cold music on the moving floor, drowning in your laughter, but you're dead to the core. So dragging with matches that's loose on the town. Takes a whole pail of water just to cool him down. And it's fire, fire on the mountain. 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 Almost a blaze, but you don't feel the heat. It takes all you got just to stay on the beat. You call this a living, but we all gotta eat. Well, you're here alone, there are no one to compete. If mercy's a business, well, I for you. More than just ashes when your dreams come true. Fire, fire on the mountain. 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 Well, long distance runner, what you holding out for? I'm caught in some motion and dash to the door. The flame from your stage has spread to the floor. Gave all you got, why you wanna give more? The more that you give, the more it will take. To the thin line beyond which I really can't fade. And it's fire,
I hope you all like that. I love putting those videos together, Red Dog. Yeah, you should know that about me. It's one thing I really love is putting the videos together. It brings me peace. It really does. It brings me peace. With all the things that are going on in the world, it just brings me centered and peace. Um, Let me see if I you want something rowdy, Brandy. Y'all can, yeah, I'll play another song. Let me see if let me see what I can dig up to play, okay? I don't know if I can get that song, Brandy. It might cost me, and I'm not paying for any paid music this year. Uh, the channel just honestly, I'm just gonna be honest, we just can't afford it. But let me see. Um, Let me see what I have, if I can have it or not. I found a great place to get a lot of music. No, nope, I can't get it. Sorry, it's one of them that I cannot get. I typed it in, but some other rowdy music. I got lots of music. I mean, it's like I don't know the music. I love music, you know. But I do have one that you'll like. I have one that you'll like, Brandy. Shit, y'all are in a freaking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna. Truthful Troll, what the hell? Thank you very much, Truthful Troll. Thank you for the super chat. What was the song y'all want to hear? Our House. He wants. Hold on, my Truthful Troll. What do you? What did he say? Did he say he wanted to hear something specific? Let's chat some more. You got it, Truthful Troll. Thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all want to hear my house? Welcome to my house. You know, I think it's gonna be. Um, it's gonna be one of the. Thank you, SBLL. Thank you, Truthful Troll. Y'all, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, well, and I've been finding some awesome music. Um, I was paying $20 a month, and it kind of sucks. Because those were some of the favorite songs of the OTWP mag, and now I'm unable to get those and play them. But with you two doing that, maybe I can go ahead and pay for it this next month and bring them back, because I probably had close to 500 mag songs. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Um, it you know, all the memberships and stuff is really awesome. Any song that's free is a good song. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, free songs are good. Actually, I found some. Brandy's wanting to do the time warp. How about the Twilight Zone? What'd Beverly say? Yeah, that's about the truth, isn't it? Isn't it, Blue Butterfly? You're mean. Oh my gosh, she's mean. Kuya Pio official, welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. Um, you know, let's take it somewhere. I really like this version of it. I said it the other day, and I found it, and I really like it. Um, don't stop believing, you folks. Have faith. And I love this song. So this is probably, you know, I went to the Journey concert in 1983. Oh my God, I'm aging myself. I went in 1983 to McNichols Arena. And I loved it so much that night that I went back 2 nights later. So I got to see Journey in one weekend 2 times, and they really, I love their music. I loved when Steve Perry was with them, and then when Sammy Hagar went with them, it was cool. Especially, I don't drive 55, but let's play a couple songs. This one, I really love the version of this. A lot of people think it sounds like Penetronics. I just love the version. Here we go. Yo, don't stop believing ever, y'all. Ever. Do the dang thing, Mag.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Strangers waiting, up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching through the night. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Street light, people, they're mystifying emotion and hiding somewhere in the night. Don't stop believing. Whoa, whoa, into that feeling. Street light, people. A singer in a smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Whoa. Strangers waiting, up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching through the night. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Street light, people, living this night emotion and hiding somewhere in the night. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling, yeah. Street light, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Don't stop believing. Hold on to your heart. Hold on to your heart. Oh, Sherry. Hold on to your heart. Hold on to your heart. So now I come to you with all get home. So now I come thanks to you. Hold on to your don't stop believing. Hold on that feeling. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street light, people. Don't stop. My child arrived just the other day. Came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away. He was talking before I knew it, and as he grew, he said, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when. We'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time there. Well, my son turned 10 just the other day. Said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Could you teach me to throw? I said, not today, I got a lot to do. I said, that's okay. And he walked away and he smiled and he said, you know, I'm gonna be like him, yeah. You know I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old here, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, oh mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, oh take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, oh mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, oh take me home. I hear a voice in the morning hour, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling I should have been home yesterday, yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, oh mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, oh mountain mama, take me home, take me home. Country roads, oh country roads, take me home. Oh country roads, take me home.
Y'all, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for the super chats and the memberships, and just thank you for being you. Um, this last song goes out to every single one of you. You know, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for picking me up some days when I feel like shit. You know, honestly, there's been some times I kind of got a kick out of it, and I reflected back, and I told Dragonflies today, I was like, I remember how people used to get under my skin when they would say something, just they would just say nasty things in the chat. Hey, Mr. Willoway, tell Miss Wendy hello. Um, and I remember how I used to just go full throttle on people. Do y'all recall? I've I've done it a few times in the chat. I used to get so pissed off. I'd be kicking people out of the chat. Screw you. And I still have people on YouTube. I'll come in and chat and they'll be like, I don't like you. You are mean to me. Well, you know, it is what it is. But I had to laugh. I was watching this young lady on YouTube last night, and she got so upset that she was, well, it's my opinion, and if I want to do that, I can do that. And I had to get, I kind of laughed at her because I was thinking, when you first get on YouTube, you do not realize the haters, the haters. But then I turned it around, and I used to let the haters get to me, but then I see all these wonderful people in the chat, right? And it was like, I mean, I've almost shut down the channel because of the haters. I was like, oh my God, I can't handle this. I don't want to handle this. And then I see y'all come up on the panel and you smile. And Elaine, oh, the first time Elaine came up on this panel, she was just giddy. I don't even know another word for it. And then you all keep me going. You all keep me going. And, I think that we have created something really cool here at the OTWP. And when I see you out in the YouTube world, you're part of the 2247. You're part of the OTWP mag, and it's different. Um, I go to other channels and I don't feel the same love, friendship. I feel like we're family. Like Tamara's like the mean aunt. She's like the man eater aunt that likes to like give you shit all the time and send you hot salsa to try to kill your gut and shit. And then we got Truthful Troll and he rolls in and he starts acting up. We got the Watchman. And so many of you have touched my heart. And I want you to know that no matter where we are, no matter what happens, we are the OTWP. We are the 2247, which is our angel number. And you all keep on doing the dang thing. Don't ever give up. And then we got Heather over there puffing. And Heather be like, could somebody, what did OTWP just say? I, hold, I'll be right back. Oh, and we got Brandy, and Brandy comes into the chat, and people are looking at Brandy like, what did she just say? But you know what? I have realized about each and every one of you is that I really adore you. I really adore you. I talk about, like, when people are missing, like Copycat, she's been missing in action. And yeah, Heather is way off kilter. I try to send her to Pine Needles Anonymous. But when you're missing out of the chat, if you can't stay, that's fine, but at least come check in. And Boo, if I have to come up there and get you and Sam Tar and kick your ass, I will. Because I go, uh-oh, Dragonflies, where's so and so? Why haven't so and so been on? And I'm concerned. And so I got this to say to you. And I speak through music. And so this goes out to every single one of you. Every single one of you.
Thank you for being a friend. Traveling down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Thank you for being my friend. Caring about my happiness. This road of life would be bumpy to go alone. And if you threw a party and you invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me. And the card attached would say, thank you for being my friend. I never knew how much when we first met, but now it's plain to see the reason for you and me. everyone you knew. You would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say thank you for being my friend. Oh, I never knew how much when we first met.
Thank you all for being a friend. Thank you for doing the dang things and listening. You know, we're all in this together. And don't ever think you're alone. We got each other right now. So let's not forget that. And boo, you gotta do what you gotta do. Heather, just keep on puffing, keep on smiling and being you. I love every single one of you. Y'all are good people. Y'all are real good people. And I hope you know that. And don't give up. Don't give in. And trust me, boo, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. You know, but we got to keep on pushing. And sometimes the roads are bumpy. You know, sometimes they're really bumpy. And you're going like, ah, shit, man, I don't want to do this. Yes, I seen what you said, Dragonfly. I said I got to come live to let it out. I can. Brandy, thank you. We love you just the way you are. Thank you, Heather. I'm a little strange. And you boo, the magazines, some of them are still in the shed, just so you know. I can't lie to you. That what? Yes, but I want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart, really. Like you all keep me going, and I hope that each and every one of you, you know, when you feel down, and if you can't make it to a live, I understand. Just come and watch a video and say hi OTWP, so that I know that you're okay. I really care, and we got a lot coming at us. It's 2024, and I know a lot of us, our budgets are just shot to shit. Mine and Dragonflies included. It is. You know, I never lie, and I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and say, "Oh, everything's hunky dory." It's not. I mean, so many things. I mean, from groceries to insurance. Uh, we have the water situation still going on. The damn pump is froze still. I can't believe it's still frozen. We've been in the 50s, but I'm gonna be putting a heater out there and something else. Put a heater. I'm gonna put a heater across the top, and then the light shining on the side, and hopefully it'll take care of it. But you know, we're all gonna have obstacles, and the thing is you got to keep on pushing and do the dang thing on a daily basis, whatever that means to you. We're all on a preparedness journey, and we want to be self-reliant. We want to be self-sufficient, and that's like really important with all the things that are coming at us in 2024. I'm going to get off here because Dragonflies made those brownies last night, and I can still eat some. We haven't ate all those, and her stew was fabulous. Um, God bless you all from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at. Make every single day count, and I really do. I love y'all, and I care about you. This is the last song, last call for alcohol, and last call for the Puff Puff Magic Crew. It's a 2247 night, and thank you so much for everything that you do. Y'all, don't stop. Hey, y'all.
Wish 1075.
Sometimes I lay under the moon. I think God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will pray. One day, one day, but you, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, cause we all lose when they feed on the source of the innocent blood drenched baby. Keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this space you can lose your way. Your way, it might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you no way. Said no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, get me down. Negativity surrounds. I know someday it'll all turn around, cause all my life I've been waiting for, praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. Children will play one day, one day, one day, but one day, one day, one day. One day it's all will change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, put it down with the hate. One day will I be free, I'm proud to be under the same sun, singing song of freedom like why-yo, 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 why-yo. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say ayaga yaga yo, ayaga yaga yo, and our children will pray one day, yeah, one day, one day, Lord, one day, one day. Ooh, ooh, ha, 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 ha.
Wish exclusive on Wish 1075.
Bye, y'all. Everybody have a great night. God bless you. Until I see you again, my friends. Stay safe out there. I told you I was going almost 2 hours tonight, didn't I? I said I was going almost 2 hours. And guess what? We went 2 hours. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. Big prepper hugs. God bless y'all. Good night, Tamara. You man eater. Night T Long. Night Blue Butterfly. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen and Elizabeth. Good night, Paul. Good night, Granny. Oh, good night, Ma. Good night, Mr. Willoway Ranch. Good night, Heather. Puff, puff. She's Puff the Magic Dragon. Y'all have a good one. Good night, Boo. Love y'all. Bye bye.